What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Jeep TV. I'm Brett, and today we are going to be doing something that I've been waiting on for forever to do. I don't know why I put it off for so long, but we are going to be upgrading the headlights in SoCo. I've been running the factory headlights for, well, ever since I bought it, and today, we upgrade them. So I've got an awesome product to go over with you guys, but first let's go ahead and check out our factory headlights and see how bright they are, and we will compare them to the new ones once we get them installed. So anyways, let's dive in and take a look at those OEM headlights. Not too bright, not too dull, just dull enough so you can't see anything at night. I love the factory headlight look, but don't get me wrong, the factory headlights are dull as crap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and close the garage door, and we'll look at some markings on the wall, turn on the bright lights and all that stuff, and then we'll go ahead and get one of these installed and see the difference and check out the new product. Alright, so that is the factory headlights. Pretty bright, pretty straight. Let's turn on the brights. That's the brights. Look how off they are. That's my brights. Alright, let's go ahead and open this up and take a look at this product. Alright, these lights are made by Boslla. Great packaging. Like a little thank you note in here. One side's one way, one side's the other way. It's pretty cool. Manual. We'll go over that in a little bit. Oh, cool, it's got a little scan thing. You can scan it and it'll tell us how to do it. But for the most part, directions look pretty good, pretty straightforward. Alright, let's jump in and look at the product. These were actually, got some weight to them. I don't know if this stays on there or comes off. It probably comes off. Yeah. So, these lights have a Molinex plug, and they also come with a little adapter. It's the H13 adapter. So obviously you plug these in, line these up. Just like, you know, rock lights or anything else like that, it's pretty cool. All these LEDs have the same kind of little plug-in setup. But yeah, this is some pretty heavy-duty stuff. It's all metal. Nothing seems to be cheap here. Got your little fan here. Happens is it's got a little heat shrink, cools it off. These should run at all time. From what I've seen on all LED lights, it helps cool off the little heat core, I guess, if you want to call it. Also, since we are putting this on the Jeep, it is going to come with these right here. This is going to be your, I guess it's a heat sink. This is what's going to slow down the electricity through here. This is a resistor. So for the most part, anything that is LED will have to have one of these on here, and this will prevent your Jeep from doing a flash code or putting out an error or anything like that, or getting a rapid flash. So yeah, there's a lot to plug in here. So this goes to this, and then this goes to the light, and then this goes to the other end of the bulb. So this is the Boslla LED adapter kit. So this is going to plug into the lights, and this is going to obviously plug into your current plug on your Jeep or vehicle. They have also sent a set of load resistors to plug in as well. I may not install this first off and see how it operates. You know, these load resistors get really, really hot. I don't have too many places to mount these up, and I may have to get a plate made and get these mounted up just for the install, because we have a very, very small area on the Jeep to get this stuff in. So I mean, you got a lot of stuff here that's got to happen. So you've got all this, you know, plus this. Alright guys, on a Jeep, the first thing you're going to want to do is remove all the tabs for this grill to come off. So you just go right here, work these up. I've done this like a million times on mine, so the tabs are a little flaky. There we go. There's one. And then you just have to get the next 6 out. Now that we've removed all the pins, you can now lean your Jeep grill forward, and those should pop out. Bring the camera down. We're going to bring these, we're going to turn these down, just let those hang down, just like that right there. Now we can go ahead and get these off. Now you should be able to get to your T15 screws. We're going to remove this ring, pull the light out, and change the bulb out the back. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and remove all the T15 screws. It's going to remove this black ring right here and let the light come out. One thing that you don't want to do is lose any of these screws, because you can't find them anywhere. Now you've removed the screws, remove the ring. The light will come forward, and now you should be able to get behind the light right here. Pull the clip back. I should be able to unplug the light. There we go. Okay, so on the back of this light, it says it's 12 volt H13. It's right there. So it also has a scan here, and it'll tell you a lot of information about the headlight of the Jeep. So we're gonna twist this off and remove that bulb. Very simple. The new light should go right in. Now we're in. Pretty simple. It's nice, plugged in. It's snug. It's got its own gasket. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get this mounted back up. But before we do so, we're going to go and plug this in. We're going to line these up right here. Let's see. It should be just like that right there. Ooh, those are on there tight. That's what I like to see, that these are really, really tight and on there. This product so far has been very easy to work with. It's all very heavy duty metal. It's braided lines. For the most part, this product has been very superior to other products that I've seen so far. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get this headlight back in on the Jeep. We'll tuck this back, plug it in, and let's give it a test. Alright, so we got our light plugged in here. We don't really have this mounted up anyways. I don't think we're going to have to, but this may get somewhat warm. But this fan should come on. So I'm going to go ahead and flick the lights to come on my keys. Holy jeez. Okay. Wow. That's really bright. So the fan's actually running now, which is really good. You can hear it ramping up. So I'm going to lay this somehow like that. Wow. Look at the difference. My camera can't even focus on it. Wow. Okay. I don't know if we're going to need the load resistors. I know they sent them, and if they are needed, or if you need to use them, they have them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back in, and I'm going to turn my Jeep on, let it run, and see if it acts weird or anything. See if there's any flickering, and we'll go from there. One thing that I do need to mention, the plug-in does not lock. So you're going to have to cross zip tie it down. I don't trust it. It does get in there. It does make a good fit, but it does not lock. And you know me with zip ties. I'm going to sit here and do everything I can to make sure this thing ain't going to go anywhere. Holy cow, is it bright. Wow. They may have a little flicker to them. I can't really tell just yet. But let me show you something really cool about these lights that I've yet to show you. Isn't that cool? I love the yellow. I know it looks weird on camera now. This one looks brighter, but that looks so cool. I'm going to turn the fog lights off, and I'm going to run through all the different light bulb sockets. One thing that I did forget to tell you guys, that these are a multi-functioning headlight. It's the coolest thing I've seen. So your first stage is going to be a 6500K white. You're going to get a mixture warm yellow. So you're going to have basically almost like a, I don't know, like a 50-30, I guess. And you'll get like a 4300K. And then you're going to get a straight yellow 3000K. It's going to drop out the white, and you're going to get the yellow only. It also has a function for a warning flash. I've yet to do that. I'm sure when I turn my flashers on, I guess it's going to just pulsate. I'm going to have to get these load resistors on. There is some flickering going on. Alright, so I figured out a way to get these load resistors mounted up. They have 2 holes on each side, and I got screws on each one of them. There's a little bracket here underneath the fender well. It's going to tuck these up nice and perfect out of the way. You want them to be mounted in metal. That way, when these get hot, it transfers the heat to the metal and it just kind of dissipates. You don't want to put them on plastic because evidently they will melt. So what we're going to do is we're going to go get this headlight in. Also, I have zip tied this. As far as I know, it did click in, but I'm not going to chance it. Testing it, the LED little box, it did get a little warm, but it wasn't too hot, so I'm not really worried about mounting this up. I'm just going to stuff it back in there behind it. So let's get these, put in, and then I will show you guys the install on the other one once I get this put in. So I'm going to feed this down through and then get these mounted up. This actually goes like that. So a lot of wires and stuff to kind of get back in here. The main thing is you want to make sure you have enough room for the fan on the back. You don't want the fan to like hit anything, because obviously it needs to help dissipate the heat. So I'll get that back up there. I think that's going to be just fine. Nice. Well, let's go ahead and have a test since we've got the load resistors on there now. This is the Brilliant White. You can tell now that there's no flickering at all. Before there was a slight little wave. Let me get closer and see if we can't see it. So like before, you could actually see a wave coming over the camera. Now that everything is on and working and it's not flickering and stuff, we've got our load resistors on there. It's really illuminating out with no issues. We're going to go ahead and get these mounted up. Remember to not forget to bore your holes before you do mount these up to the metal. We're going to go and get the light set in here, and then we'll work on getting those mounted. Okay, so we want to get these mounted up right here on this metal bracket for the fender that holds the fender up. So we're going to go ahead and tap a screw hole here and here, and then mount this one down. We'll do the same thing for this one. We'll tap a hole here up top, and then a hole down here, and get this one mounted right here. Alright, so we got our first hole drilled. I don't know if you can see that or not. We're going to go ahead and get a screw in that, mount that up, and then we'll screw the next hole. Oh, that's really tight. Now we'll drill a hole down here and get this one mounted up. And we'll do the same for this one. We'll get those holes drilled and get those mounted up. Now I've got this one in here. I'm going to get up close for you guys to show you how it's mounted up. I'm going to bend this over. We'll get this next one mounted up right beside it, make it a nice little, you know, clean install. Now guys, we're going to go ahead and do one last test to turn these on and check this other headlight we just installed. So I'm going to go ahead and, you know, flick the lights over, test them in all the different settings, and then put the grill cover back on the Jeep, and then we'll go for a road ride. Alright guys, let me show you. So you're literally just flipping your lights on, flip them off, flip it back on. This is the in-between. Flip it off, flip it back on. There you go, there's in-between. Now it's amber. Freaking awesome. So what we're going to do is, we're going to go for a ride in just a minute, but I'm going to put the camera out so that way we can take a look at the light outside the cab. Alright, let's go ahead and go through the lights and check them out. Alright, we're back in the Jeep for test run number 2. You can already tell I have the yellow on, and they are just so bright. Oh my god. I don't even think the comparison is even fair. Alright, here we go. These are much brighter. Holy cow. I haven't added the fogs to it. So this guy bright lights me. Nope. Man, those are so bright. Really. There's the mixture. There's the yellow. There's my fogs with it. Dude, those are bright, those balls. What do the bright lights look like? Oh, wow. Dadgummit. So this is a very long stretch. You can see the red lights, tail lights of someone's car at the top of the hill. This will kind of give you a good idea of these lights. Take my fog lights off. There you go. There's the medium. There's the yellow. There's the not bright, but that's the white, and then that's the bright lights right there. Man, these things are awesome. Absolutely the best lights. As far as bulbs go, and lights that I've actually had. Okay, are you ready for this? This is the amber, okay? You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 9 fence posts. So then, let's see. Now you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can see a hell of a lot more. And that's the mixture. there's the mix. And there's the, I mean, these lights are so bright, and I hate that my camera isn't letting you guys see how bright it is. I hope when I go into editing I can figure out a way to show you guys how bright these really are. But for the most part, the difference is just astounding from OEM factory lights to these. Alright guys, my overall review of these lights they are phenomenal. So if you haven't heard of them, it's Boslla. They are a great manufacturer. They make all types of lighting for your cars. These, however, they make them in several different versions. I mean, they can go into a Honda, they can go into anything. You do have to order a H13 adapter and stuff for them, and sometimes you may or may not have to use the load resistors depending on the car and the manufacturer. But these lights are phenomenal. I've never seen them where you can switch them back and forth. So they've got 3 settings. They've got your white, they've got your amber white mix, and then they have the complete just amber. So they're really good for snow, rain, and just everyday driving. So depending on what conditions you're in, depends on what you're going to flip it to. But nice packaging. It's a great product. In the link down below, I'm going to have a code for you guys to get a discount on these whenever you order a pair. And also I'll have a link in the description below to where you can go and find these guys online. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out. Take care. Keep Jeeping.